Okay. Um, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a YouTuber or anything, um, but I wanted to do a Nuzlocke of a Pokemon game, and I decided let's do Pokemon Crystal Legacy. Um, yeah, I don't really know what my expectations are for this or anything, but I don't know. I wanted to have fun and give it a try, so let's give it a try, right? Let's go to a new screen here that doesn't have sound, so I can talk for a second and I can pretend like I'm a YouTuber. So a Nuzlocke, I wrote some rules down. A couple of rules. If a Pokemon faints, I can't use it again. So if it faints ever, throw it away, or throw it away, but release it, I guess, or put it into a box that is like your designated box for fainted Pokemon. And then you can't use it again. Only the first Pokemon encountered in each area. So every time that I guess the sign pops up saying, "Hey, this is Route 31" or whatever, that tells me I'm in a new route, and I can catch a new Pokemon. So I can only catch the first one that comes to mind. Um, yep. All Pokemon must have a nickname, so that's kind of a fun one. Got to call it something. I don't know. I'm hit or miss with nicknames, so we'll see what happens. No items in battle. Set mode. Can't use legendaries, and then there's a level cap. So the level cap means that I can't overlevel my Pokemon so that they are higher than the level of the next gym's ace. So, for example, the best Pokemon in the first gym, Falkner, is Noctowl, and it's level 10. So I can't have a Pokemon higher than level 10. Um, what's really nice is the game here actually does that for you. So Crystal Legacy is a mod for Crystal, essentially just to address a lot of the quality of life features that are sort of missing. Um, the Gen 2 games really hit in a lot of spots. It's really cool. You can go to Johto and Kanto. Introducing new Pokemon is great, obviously, and really the thing I really like about about Gen 2 is that it sort of introduces Pokemon, but they're not so many that it like feels like an entirely new thing. So I really appreciate that. So um, what this attempts to address, I think, really is what a lot of the shortcomings of the game. So a lot of the gym battles are sort of kind of weird because you'd want them to be using like Gen 2 specific aces. So like in the beginning, like Falkner uses a Pidgey and a Pidgeotto. Those are both Gen 1 Pokemons, and it's like, what are we doing? This is a new game. Let's have them use the new Pokemon. So they've redone a lot of the gym battles, made them a little bit more difficult, introduced some different things. They've redone the Elite Four matchups. Um, they address this ROM addresses the whole Gym 567 debacle where you can do Chuck, is it Jasmine and Price in any order. So that's the fighting, steel, and ice gyms. In the real game, they're just like, yeah, let's just set them all to be the same level. And what this game does is actually, depending on whatever order you do them in, makes the fight different. So that'll be sort of a fun thing to do. But what else it does is a lot of quality of life things. So if you want to, you can choose hard mode. And if you do, it automatically sets it to set mode. It makes it you can't use items in battle, and then it will actually do the gym level caps for you. So you cannot overlevel your um, Pokemon in this game. It'll just not let you. So as far as like cutting this thing up, I don't really think it's gonna be. Oh no, I actually have a strategy for this. So I'm gonna set it to night, and I'm going to explain why in a little bit. But as far as like cutting this up, I don't really know what this is gonna look like from an editing perspective. I'm not really good at like filling the air with the downtime with words or being funny, so I'm just gonna pretty much document, I think, my reactions to things and as they go along. So yeah, we'll see what happens. The other thing is, if you notice here, I can like speed up the game through an emulator. And that's really nice, but it's really, really crazy. So watch how fast this goes. So this is 100% me walking back and forth. Oh, the other thing, there's running shoes in the game. But watch how fast it goes from 100% to 14,000%. Not 1,400, 14,000% faster. So that'll be helpful for like getting through like the monotonous parts of the game. But generally doesn't make for a good viewing experience for like the gym battles and stuff. So I'll try not to use it then. Just try to use it sparingly. But I'm also impatient, so who cares? Alright. So let's go get our first Pokemon. I've put a little bit of thought into this. A little bit of thought. And really it comes down to what I think each of the starters will get me. So let's just go through them really quick. So Cyndaquil is, I think, the second best pick. Because if you don't have a reliable way to get a fire type is really, really good, and just good to have. And with limited in the base game, Typhlosion is like definitely the best because there's like very few fire types to even get along the way. So having a fire type is really, really important. But this game sort of addresses that. You can catch a fire type or two. So I'm not gonna go with Cyndaquil, and especially if I am correct about my my plan here. Totodile is, I think, the worst pick because water types are plenty. Gyarados is like the easiest thing to come by. It's just so good. And yeah, you're in the water all the time. Lots of opportunity to get water types, so I'm not too worried about having a water type. Which leads me to Chikorita. Chikorita's not a strong Pokemon by any means, but I do think that there aren't really any good grass types in the game, and I think it's probably one of the better grass types, so I'm going to go with Chikorita. On top of it, I've never used a Chikorita in a Crystal game, so there's that aspect too. So I might often get to this screen and just draw a blank and then cut when I find the name. Could be the case here. Let's think of something. I like let's name it after our most famous fast food burger place, Wendy's. Could use a 4 for 4 right now. Alright, so this is the guy that's about to steal. I wish I could call the police, but alas I can't. So all of these encounters that I get here, they don't count because I literally couldn't catch them if I wanted to. So once I get Pokeballs, they will count as my like encounter. But while that's happening, it's a good thing to sort of see what type of Pokemon I can get. A Hoot Hoot would be really nice, but we'll see what happens. So let's showcase how fast this speed up is. And there you go. I mean, it's 14,000% faster. Look at how fast that is. Alright. So all we have to do is go to Mr. Pokemon. I do have to be careful not to speed up too much, because that's how I can get myself into trouble with like... That's how I can get myself into trouble if I, you know, something weird happens and I just don't notice it, and then I'm dead. I'm like, oh, well, I lost a Pokemon because I was speeding up. So then you get a call from Professor Elm. On our way back, we're going to pick up some berries. I think level 7 is probably good enough. Our rival's going to come by with a level 5. Level 5 Cyndaquil. which I think we might outspeed at 7, but it could be close. I don't really claim. Oh, I'm at 8 too, so this should be fairly easy. Here's our thief. It's kind of crazy that I guess when I was little, I just didn't really think very much of it. But like, this dude's a criminal. He's a criminal. Yeah, he needs to be taken out. I can just call the police on him, bro. But pretty easy. Rival fight in this game is not a big deal, especially the first one. So he pushes us out of the way and he runs away. We're gonna go back to Professor Elm. Okay, so now we're reporting to the police what's happened. And he gave us his name. I'm just gonna say his name's Barry. Easy enough. And then we give Professor Elm the egg. And then we get our Pokeballs. So now from this point on, any Pokemon that we see, the first one of every route that we encounter, will count toward our Pokemon that we can have. Let's do this really quick. So this guy's gonna show us how to catch it, and I like this little... I love this little animation. This dude's head is crazy. Alright, just catch it. Alright, let's see what our first Pokemon is. Hoot Hoot. Now, Hoot Hoot is a good encounter. I almost killed it just there. Hoot Hoot is a good encounter. I like having a flying type, matching the Falkner's flying type, normal flying. I do think that I do think that Noctowls would be very susceptible to conspiracy theories, so I'm gonna call our Hoot Hoot Third Eye. Okay, so we have another encounter over here. This one's relatively important. If we don't get what we want here, we have another chance at the Dark Cave. But really would like to get a Geodude here. Obviously, helps our fight for Falkner pretty well. Rattata kind of ruins this, so I had a plan, and it's not entirely ruined by this. Let's just go. I think I actually kill it if I tackle it. I might get close. So let's see what happens here. What are we gonna call our Rattata? We're gonna call it this is what I do. I'm just gonna start Gideon. That's what I came up with. You just start hitting and then you just start like forming a word of some sorts, and I got to Gideon. So we have Gideon the Rattata. So not getting Geodude there actually kind of blows. For a couple reasons. One, really helpful for Falkner, though Rattata's not bad. But really the thing is if I get a Geodude there, I practically guarantee myself a, oh, actually, it's not really true. I still need a Zubat. But I have kind of a thought for, Dark Cave. So in this ROM, you can, is that enough? Let's just do, like, 5 of these. 5 of each of these would make sense, right? I guess I won't be able to get that many awakenings, but that's alright. Did I heal? Yeah. So, this is our next encounter. I believe the options are Poliwag, Zubat, Rattata, and Noctowl. So let's see what we can get. Okay, so there's a good little example here. We already have a Hoot Hoot, so we actually can just kill this, and then we will take the next unique thing. So it's a duplicate, right? As soon as we find something that is not something we have before. So here's Poliwag. That's an interesting thing. I told you the water types are relatively plentiful in this game. And yeah, you can get a pretty early water type here with Poliwag. Alright. I don't know why I was thinking this, but if we're on the lines of conspiracy theories, let's just call our Poliwag Illuminati for the meme. Okay, first battle. I don't know how much of the battles I'm really gonna show, but let's just do our first one on camera here. I relatively speed up. I just kind of tap the button and see what happens. And sounds good. Okay, so next route, Route 31. We sort of don't have the things we want to sort of cheese the Dark Cave. So really anything here is fine. A Spinnerack would be less ideal, I think. Who tells us? I think Spinnerack might be our only option. The thing about the beginning of these games oftentimes is just that they have sort of some of the similar Pokemon, right? So yes, there's a Spinnerack. Not exactly what we want. Though I bet I could make an Ariados work. Alright, we're gonna call our Spinnerack Peter Parker after Spider-Man. And I don't think I can do. Let's do. Lucky here. The reason that I said I wanted a Geodude at that other route is because hopefully you can pick up a Zubat and a Geodude on the long way, because there's a chance you can get a Larvitar in this cave. And if I have a Geodude and a Zubat already, I think there are 4 things that you can get here: a Geodude, Zubat, Larvitar, and actually a Dunsparce. So if I have a Geodude and a Zubat already, I would have a really good shot at a Larvitar, but I don't. So I just have to let RNG take us here. So Geodude is good. Geodude is very good. Let's give this a try here. That should be enough. Okay. Let's do another one. If we crit and kill, then I'm sad. Alright, caught a Geodude. Geodudes look like bowling balls, so I'm gonna... I don't know. Whatever, man. Bowling ball. So yeah, had a chance to get a Larvitar there. Geodude is fine, and honestly, probably just as good as getting a Tyranitar in late game, so not too upset with that, but had we already had a Geodude, would have been nice. Alright, I also want to introduce the idea here that I have. I don't really want to sit and grind levels out, so I am going to be using a rare candy cheat just to... I just don't really care to level to the cap every time. It just saves me time and energy. Very common to do in Nuzlocks. Just level them all up to level 10. What I really like about this is that I can't go past level 10. So if I just level them to level 10 and let it happen, then I'm good. So I have actually I have an idea for the next couple encounters I have. You have 2 more encounters before the first gym. Okay, as I edit this, I realize how poorly I ended up explaining what my plan was before Falkner. There are 2 areas that I can still get Pokemon, in the Sprout Tower and then in the route to the west. The reason I go Sprout Tower first is because the top of the Sprout Tower has a guaranteed encounter between either Rattata or Ghastly. But since I already have a Rattata, it means that I am guaranteed to get a Ghastly. Even if I saw a Rattata, I can skip past it until I get a Ghastly type thing. And it's useful to have a Ghastly before the western route because Ghastly is one of the Pokemon you can get there. So it allows me to catch a different Pokemon instead of doubling up, right? If I caught a Ghastly first in the west route, then I can't do anything in the top of Sprout Tower. It's just a wasted encounter. So that's the plan. Alright, so on this floor what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of my Repel. Oh, and you saw that there. It asks if you want to use another, which is just so nice. And then I should get a Ghastly, because I think that the encounters here are... I mean, I got the first one anyway, but... Oh, I don't have Hypnosis. This will be interesting. Should I... What do I switch into here? Maybe, yeah, maybe Spinarak, just to get it down a little bit. I would hate for it to get poisoned, though. I bet I can catch it. How many Pokeballs do I have? Oh, gosh. Alright, well, give it a try. Alright, I got it. I'm nuts. Alright, this one is going to be Gary the Gengar. I like that. Gary. Alright, so I've blitzed through all of the Sprout Tower, just showing you how easy this is if you have a flying type. I don't even have to care about it, I just spam. I'll go pick up the escape rope, and then I will go to the other route. So the reason why I wanted to catch Ghastly there is because Ghastly is also a possible encounter here in the grass. We are looking for Houndour. I believe we have boxed out most of the encounters. I think you can maybe get a Zubat here, which would kind of suck. That's why I feel like the Rattata encounter in that top. I don't even know what that other route was, but we're trying to get a Geodude. And if we got Geodude, we maybe can do better and get a Zubat in Dark Cave, which will essentially drown us out here for just Houndour. But we'll see what happens. I think you can get a Zubat here. So because we already have a Ghastly, we can just run away. Also, we want to be leading. Ghastly. So we already have a Rattata. This is all part of the plan. And there's our Houndour. Very nice. So put it to sleep. We're going to smog it a couple times, I guess. That's probably good enough. Okay, as long as it's still asleep, we're doing okay. That Houndour is really good fire type. That's exactly why we didn't take Cyndaquil, because you can get an early Houndour with the strat that I've implemented. Get that Ghastly in Sprout Tower so that it doesn't waste your encounter here. Oh, we are cooking right now. Let's do Nike. I don't know, Nike? Nike the Houndoom? It's a brand? I don't know. Like I said, I'm not very good with the nicknames. Okay. Alright, so I've cleared the gym pre-Falkner, and I want to go over my team here really quick. If you can notice, I actually dropped our Chikorita entirely because there would be no point in me using it. Actually, on second thought, you could probably use it better than Rattata for like a Mud Slap switch in, but we sort of have that with our Hoot Hoot. So sort of our thought here, actually, let me get this into reality. Our Hoot Hoot and our Geodude, I think, are going to be our big players here. Obviously, Geodude resists all the flying moves, but so Falkner has, I guess, a level 8 Pidgey, level 10 Noctowl, and they both have Mud Slap. So that's pretty big because Mud Slap beats Rock, but I think that we can take it. It also decreases our accuracy, so I think we can probably use that to our advantage here, and we essentially get free switches into Hoot Hoot when we want. So, and then everyone else can sort of take. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna give some berries out. Let's give a berry to Geodude, and then I'll give it to Hoot Hoot, and then I think that's probably significant enough. Just double check. Alright, here's Falkner. So like I said, just Pidgey and Noctowl, so pretty easy start here. And also they have Mud Slap, so that is an issue. So they outspeed, so I could already start missing, and that'd be bad. And then a crit would be really bad, but see how many things we can take? Yeah, already missed. So my plan was to stay in for 2. So they Mud Slap twice. And if I miss both, then that's a bummer. But I think, yeah, missing 2 is not good. That's crazy. So again, they're Mud Slapping, so we get a free switch into our Hoot Hoot here. And then what I think we want to do is we might want to go back in and reset. Maybe get a Peck off. Let's do a Peck. So they have Quick Attack, and then that's easy. How many Quick Attacks am I willing to sort of endure here? Because it looks like they might outpace me, and then a crit would really screw this up. Let's just do a Peck again. Peck again is fine. So now what I think I want to do is actually I'm going to go back into Geodude, because Quick Attack is normal. Then maybe I get into Berry healing range. I don't think they do even significant. They probably do 1 damage to me here. 2. Okay. So I don't think I'm dead to Mud Slap crit. And my accuracy is reset. If I miss a tackle here, then I'm really, really sad. It'd be kind of crazy. And then I should get healing back. So I'm down to stay in for 2 Mud Slaps. That's the rule. Another Mud Slap. Doing 5 each time. There we go. Perfect. So now what we get to do is we get to do a little pivot here into our Ghastly. What we're going to do is we're going to bait out, because Ghastly can't take a Mud Slap, which is what Noctowl's doing. Ghastly can't take a Mud Slap, so I'm going to switch into Hoot Hoot to bait the Peck or some other move that the Ghastly will more easily take. And then I will try to Hypnosis. I'm trying to decide, depending on how much damage this takes, how many... Oh, Growl. Oh, that's very different. Put it to sleep. Oh, perfect. Now, Ghastly doesn't have very many good attacking moves, which sort of leaves us a little interesting. Actually, I want to do a check really quick. Alright, I did my check. This Noctowl does not have any psychic moves, which means that our Houndour can come in here and just do some damage while it's asleep. I don't know if we outspeed even when he's awake, but yeah. Our attack going down here is fine because we're using fire, so that's all good. A burn would be dope, but not necessary. And we can probably just do this. Oh, a burn. Burn's huge. So now his pecs are doing like half damage. And he's also getting hurt at the same time. So I think there's a berry here. That's a nice crit for us. I think there's a berry here somewhere. Oh yeah, I just watched it happen. So what we really can do is just switch into a different Pokemon and outnumber. Yeah, he's hurt by his burn. Man, that'd be doing so much more damage. Oh man, that does almost nothing. But the burn should take care of it. And he's dead to burn here, so that is our first gym. Done. Dope. Okay, so I don't know if I want... I think I'm just going to section these episodes up by gym. So I guess that's the first episode.